and welcome to the Forcecast. We're your anchors. I'm Morgan.
And I'm Austin.
And we're glad that you're with us today. So this is just a fun little podcast that we've kind of been planning for, I'd say, a year, you'd say?
Year, yeah.
Yeah, first I want to give a shout out to another podcast I listen to, Box of Random. It's actually where I got the idea for this podcast. Some friends of ours who live in California, they did something kind of similar to this, and so shout out to them. They're just a couple of siblings who just talk about a bunch of random things, and I thought that'd be kind of fun for me and my brother to do. Originally, we were going to do like a daily kind of thing and realize...
Yeah, not really going to work.
Yeah, not really logical enough. So, what this is going to be is it'll be about twice a week for the first couple weeks this month. It'll be Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then once Austin goes back to school, it'll be probably Wednesdays and Fridays is when we'll upload. And we're also looking into other ways that we're going to do our podcast in terms of broadcasting, so stay tuned for that. Let's see. This is just kind of an introductory episode, just kind of talking about what our podcast is going to be like, talk about myself and Austin a little bit about ourselves, so you can kind of get to know your hosts, your anchors a little bit. Austin, do you want to give your bit, yeah?
Yeah, well, as I said, I'm Austin, and this podcast is going to be about bunch of nerdy things. We're not into everything, but we're into a lot of things, and I myself big on Star Wars, big fan, always have been, always will be. Also, Morgan and I fans of Lord of the Rings, Hobbit,
all the way.
Funko Pop, you can't go wrong with Funko Pop.
Oh, love the Funko Pops.
Doctor Who, myself, Morgan not so much.
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces, so I know a little bit about Doctor Who.
Yeah, but she's not as into it.
Nah.
But we got a lot of things we're into. Just to name a few there, and we're really excited to do this, and hopefully we'll be able to.
We also really like Marvel, big Marvel fans.
I forgot about that. Yes.
Can't leave out the Marvel.
Yeah. 2017, 2019. What year is it?
I don't know.
I don't know what day it is. 2019.
2019.
Today.
First of all, yes, Happy New Year, everybody. 2019.
Yeah, January
here we
1st.
go.
Yeah, 2019, new year, new stuff. For Marvel fans, new tiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're coming up on those big dates, aren't we? But we'll get to that later. Morgan, tell them more about yourself.
About me, okay. Well, like Austin said, I am a really big Lord of the Rings fan. Pretty much have been since I was 6 years old.
Yeah, about that time.
Yeah, big fan, really big fan. I've pretty much been known as the Tolkien Middle-earth encyclopedia, basically. I know a lot about it, as does Austin. We have multiple conversations about it, which that will be one of our upcoming episodes, as we'll just talk about Lord of the Rings, pretty much just in general. We'll get into specific things later on in the future. Let's see. Hard to say. I'm also big into writing and photography, and maybe one of these days I'll talk a little about that. We actually both are really big into writing.
Yeah, we both like to write.
We both have stories that we have written or are writing in currently. I usually write fantasy stories. I've actually finished 2 of my own novels. I'm looking to publish sometime in the future. Hopefully, I'm hoping this year. I think I've waited long enough. My series is actually 5 books, which is going to take a while, but at the rate I've been going, hopefully I'll get them.
Telling me.
Yeah. And Austin likes to write Star Wars stories.
Yes, I do. I actually hope one day to publish. I don't want to just be fan fiction. I'd like to try to be the canon, if that be at all possible. So hopefully if this gets big enough, we can use your help to get my name out there, Don't want to use this as a... we're not using you. If you're a fan, we appreciate you fully.
Absolutely. And yeah, probably same here. Might use the podcast to get some of the word out there, but not right now. But yeah,
Forgot about the biggest one.
Oh, what biggest one?
I guess the most relevant one. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, heck
Big
yeah.
fans.
9-9!
Recent fans.
Very recent.
We just recently discovered it, 5 months ago, maybe.
And I think we discovered it the way most people have, and that was by seeing...
The Jake Peralta lineup of criminals. I want it that way. If you haven't seen it, it's hilarious.
We'll include a link to that scene in the YouTube description.
Yes, very funny. If you haven't seen the show, it's honestly one of the funniest shows, and honestly, just a very good show in general. For a comedy and also for kind of like a drama. It's not so dramatic, but it's got some really good heart to it.
Oh, yeah.
The actors are just amazing, and they bring so much to their characters. It's just great.
Oh, yeah. It's super awesome. And this week on...
This week?
What day was it again?
It's January 10th, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's...
Not this week.
Not this week. Next week. My bad. Next week. January 10th. The new season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine is premiering after being canceled and then being picked up by another network.
Less than 24 hours after its cancellation.
Yeah. So, which network was it that picked it up?
It was NBC.
NBC. Thank you, NBC, for picking up Brooklyn Nine-Nine, because we would be totally lost if we didn't have Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes.
So, yeah, so next week, January 10th, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, new season premiering.
Tune in to NBC. We don't want to get it canceled again.
Yes, let's not.
Hopefully this isn't the last season.
Yeah. that would be nice. Also, another big thing that we forgot to mention, another one of our big fandoms, well, maybe not big, but one of our fandoms that we're in, Psych.
Psych, yes, we are psychos.
If there's any fellow psychos out there, give us a shout out.
Shout out to you.
That's what's up.
Yes, Psych, also one of the greatest comedies of all time.
If you have not seen it, please go watch it. We'll probably talk about that in an episode at some point as well.
We definitely will talk about that at some point.
Because we have many, many thoughts on Psych. So many episodes, characters, development, all that stuff.
Yes. Morgan also is an anime person. I am not so much, but she definitely is. Maybe we'll have a podcast.
I'm working on that with him, but...
We'll have a podcast with her and her husband, and they can talk about anime.
I will warn you, though, I'm somewhat relatively new. There's still plenty of anime out there that I have not seen.
Also true.
Or probably will not see, because I know there are some out there that are either kind of gory or not appropriate. That's not really my speed. But there are quite a few that I've seen. I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball Z, Fairy Tail. Those are my two biggest ones. Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood. Those are pretty much my top three. I know there's others. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. Which that's something that, yes, I think my husband and I may talk about for an episode at some point in the future. But yes, I am an anime fan. Haven't seen as many as probably most, but that's also kind of a fun thing.
Yes, and we would very much, for anyone listening, would like your input on things to talk about. And we apologize now if it's not something we know about. We actually, when posting about this to Facebook, somebody commented saying, "Hey, you should talk about this," and we had neither of us had ever seen it. I kind of have heard about it, but never seen it, so it was one of those things can't talk about it. So if you make a suggestion and we don't know about it, we apologize now, but we will definitely try to talk about whatever we can in the future. Which
that actually leads into some other things about our podcast. Is we'll have different segments each episode. The one, something that Austin just mentioned, is if you have something that maybe you'd like to hear us talk about, you can either comment on our YouTube links, our Facebook page, which is the Forcecast, or you can also email us at forcecast327@gmail.com. All one word, Forcecast, no hyphen or underscore, no that. So yeah, forcecast327@gmail.com.
Probably put a link in the description.
Yeah, I'll put a link in the description. We'll have a segment, what did we call it?
Call what?
The segment where we talk about things that maybe people want us to talk about. Oh, our segment will be called "Why is the Force Connecting Us?"
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
so Force connecting us. Tell me.
So we'll have that segment where we'll maybe take a few minutes, maybe near the end of each episode, and kind of see, okay, who emailed us, who commented, and what would they like us to either talk about. We can either talk about it briefly or maybe form a whole episode on the topic, depending on what it is.
Yes. So we can talk about some topics for a very long time, and others not so much.
Either it's because we don't have many thoughts, or we don't really know what it is.
Yes.
Or...
And I would also like to put this plug in there, having just made a reference to The Last Jedi. please try to, if we get a lot of comments, we're not sure how many people this will reach, just if you comment, just try to keep it civil and kind. We don't want to have to deal with people fighting each other, and of course that is your prerogative and your own choice, but we just like to keep things loosey-goosey here as possible. And I will point out now, I am a fan of the prequel, or the sequel trilogy, excuse me. I am not a fan of the prequel trilogy.
Do not say prequel, how dare you!
I am not a fan of the prequel trilogy. I'm a fan of the Clone Wars. When it comes to Star Wars, I'm a fan of Star Wars The Clone Wars. Amazing show.
Clone Wars is amazing.
I'm a fan of Star Wars Rebels. I am a watcher of Star Wars Resistance. I do enjoy the sequel trilogy, so I will defend it.
As do I.
But I will not argue with people in comments, so I will say that now. I will defend my point, and that's what I will have to say.
Yes, if we ever make any kind of comments that perhaps maybe you don't agree with, keep it civil if you have to say something, but if it's going to be mean, we would like to not have drama on any of our social media, so please, yes, just keep it civil or keep it to yourself. Just saying that right now, especially when it comes to the Star Wars sequel trilogy, because we know a lot of people have kind of strong opinions about it. But like we said, we will defend it because we think they're amazing, but that's for another episode. Another segment that we want to do also, which will probably be near the beginning of each one, is what we call on this day segment. We will do things both in Lord of the Rings history and also Star Wars history, which, yeah, to warn you, a lot of things... Oh, Austin's booting up his app. A lot of things we will talk about will probably in some way get related back to Lord of the Rings or Star Wars. Just going to warn you about that right now, just because those are our two big fandoms. That will be involved a lot. You can probably already tell just by the logo that we made, because it's both Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. First of all, credit for the logo goes to Austin, because he actually came up with the logo with the rebel symbol and the white tree of Gondor years back.
Senior year of high school, I took a class called Military History, which is one of the most coveted classes of Rocky Mountain High School, where I went. And in military history, the reason why is because when we get to the unit of ancient Greece, we talk about the Spartans. And we are tasked with a project of making out of cardboard our own set of Spartan armor: breastplate, helmet, shield, spear, xiphus. And we are supposed to draw logos, insignias, whatever you have, on our shields. And we're supposed to take ones from, actual Greek history, or we can make our own if it is approved. And that is the first thing that popped in my head, is the logo of the Firebird, or the Phoenix, whatever you want to call it, with the white tree of Gondor in front of it. My teacher thought it was an awesome idea, so I did it. And I still have the shield sitting out in the hallway right now. And it is amazing.
And we did use it in his senior pictures, which looked awesome.
Yes, we did, although I wish I had a better lightsaber at that point.
Oh, that's okay. But yeah, it turned out really great. I knew that when we decided to do this podcast, we had to do something with it, just because I thought that was the coolest idea ever. But yeah, so credit for the logo goes to Austin. And like I said, that pretty much just gives away it's going to be a lot of Star Wars, a lot of Lord of the Rings here. Mm-hmm. But anyway, back to my original point. We'll have a segment on this day in Lord of the Rings history, which actually is like in the Tolkien lore, like, on this day the Fellowship went here or something like that. But with Star Wars, it's more just things that happen in the fandom world, not actually in the Star Wars world.
Yes,
considering
it's harder to track that.
Yeah, they don't have the same calendar system as we do.
So, that's my knowledge anyway.
Is there... unfortunately, there wasn't anything in Middle-earth history on this day. It just said Happy New Year. So that's all we got for that one. Austin, do you have any for Star Wars?
As of today, nothing really that interesting. I'm not going to lie. Apparently, what we have is that George Lucas served as the Grand Marshal of the Tournament of Roses parade in Pasadena, California, where Endor and Naboo were represented by flowered cover floats. That's all we have in today's Star Wars history.
Endor and Naboo. Wonder why those two specific planets.
Yes, however, in tomorrow's This Day in Star Wars history, the episode Dooku Captured of Star Wars The Clone Wars aired, which gave us the introduction to perhaps one of, if not the greatest of all of Star Wars characters, Hondo Onaka.
Oh, goodness.
So that happened on January 2nd, 2009, which is 10 years ago.
Holy crap.
I almost forget how old the Clone Wars is. I mean, we did just celebrate its 10th anniversary.
That's
and
true.
We're getting new season. How about we just take a minute and do this
Yes.
thing? Let's go and let's just look forward through this year. What is going to happen this year in everything?
Yeah, just everything in general.
Well, first we got 9-9's coming back this month.
9-9!
9-9? That's coming back this month. I can't think of anything next month.
Nothing off the top of my head, I'm sure.
Next thing I can think of...
If we don't mention anything coming up that you guys happen to know about, comment in, just say, hey, yeah, by the way, this is coming up, you know, this month, whatever, if we happen to miss it. Anyway.
Yes. The only thing I can think of coming up is Captain Marvel, March.
Heck yeah, Captain Marvel!
Captain Marvel. I'm actually really excited for that one. I think it's going to be pretty good.
Captain Marvel is secretly a live-action Dragon Ball Z movie.
Yes. Yeah,
if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, you'll know what I'm talking about.
I've seen that one. Let's see here. Of course, afterwards, the most... April 26th, Avengers Endgame.
Oh, Avengers Endgame.
Now, funny fact, my mom and I always like looking up on IMDb the lists of movies coming out the same week as major motion picture blockbusters like Star Wars or Avengers or other movies of that nature. And just love seeing these poor little small-time budget films that are just going to get destroyed by the fact that probably no one's going to go see them. There is no movie coming out the week of Endgame. There is
rightfully so.
Nothing coming out the entire week. Not Monday, Friday to the next Friday, there is nothing.
Yeah, are you kidding? After Infinity War, I'm pretty sure everybody went, we can't compete with Marvel.
No,
we can't.
And they've known that for a decade.
I'm pretty sure.
No, that means that MCU is as old as the Clone Wars.
Oh, wow, never thought of it like that.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's slightly older, but...
So that was April, you said?
Yeah, April 26th, we get Avengers Endgame. What else is coming out?
I know that
Star Wars did just post, as we're filming this, or recording this, whatever, about 4 hours ago, Star Wars did post on Facebook a slight teaser trailer for their virtual reality series, Vader Immortal.
Ooh.
Which looks amazing, and I'm pretty darn certain has James Earl Jones reprising his role as the titular Vader.
Is that the fan series or
no?
what is
That's Star Wars Theory's Vader fan film, which
gotcha.
I have watched. It's good. Cinematography is amazing. The visual effects are actually pretty good for a fan film. I'm not a big fan of the dialogue, though. I'm just being perfectly honest.
Well, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So we might not go in order. I'm just kind of going off of what pops into my head. Later this year in the fall, Disney Plus streaming service coming out. Also, we're big fans of Disney. We're big Disney people.
Oh yeah, Disney. Oh boy, we can talk about Disney forever.
Yes. Disney Plus streaming service coming out later this year will include Season 7, the very coveted Season 7 of Star Wars The Clone Wars, the final season.
Yahoo!
We're going to finish it up. We're going to see some amazing stuff. I'm sure of it. We're going to see the Siege of Mandalore, which is going to be amazing because I happen to know it is Rex and Ahsoka versus Darth Maul on Mandalore. This is going to be amazing.
He's really hoping for that. Also, in July is the quote-unquote live-action Lion King
The
remake.
CG Lion
Yeah,
King.
the CG. There's a debate about that, whether it's just CGI or if it's live action. Whatever, call it what you want. It's the Lion King remake. I don't know about you, but I'm excited for that one.
I will say it's the remake. Because Black Panther is also a Lion King remake. That's the live action remake.
That is live action Lion King. I'm telling you, if you compare the plot and the characters,
they're pretty much the same.
It's the same thing. It's wonderful.
Yes. Also on Disney Plus, they will. I'm pretty sure pretty much all of their classic movies are going to be on there. Another one a lot of people are excited for. First live action Star Wars series, The Mandalorian.
That's going to be cool.
Executive produced by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Executive producer and main creator of Star Wars The Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, and Star Wars Resistance. I'm a big fan of the man. Most Star Wars fans are, even though they trample on everything he's created. That's not Star Wars The Clone Wars, but that's my own personal rant.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi will be directing one episode, which, if you don't know who that is the director of Thor Ragnarok.
The best Thor in the Thor movies.
The first best Thor movie, and possibly the third best Marvel movie, maybe fourth best Marvel movie. in history. Honestly, first time I saw it, I had just come off of a mission and had no clue what to think of it because it was completely different from anything. Every Thor movie, I'm like, what is this movie? But
hey,
it.
You know what? It was great.
Great movie. He also does the motion capture and the voice of the character. Korg. My name is Korg.
Yeah, that's one thing you should know about Austin. He's incredible at impressions.
I only have a few.
Well. Gollum is his absolute best one.
Yes,
Korg.
Yes, it is precious.
Yeah, say if you close your eyes and listen, yeah, you'll think you're watching Lord of the Rings. Korg is also another good one that he likes to do.
I love Korg.
He loves Korg.
Amen.
Which, yeah, we have some theories about Endgame we may bring up in the future.
We're going to talk about Endgame.
Yeah, we'll talk about Endgame for sure.
We've got about 4 months to do so. We're going to talk about Endgame.
Also coming up, also in July.
Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh yeah, Far From Home's coming out. Spider-Man Far From Home. Also, this I guess was just released earlier today. Stranger Things.
Stranger Things season 3
coming out
July 4th. That's too freaking long, if you ask me.
Oh, I heard someone. I thought they said it was supposed to be in March. They pushed it all the way back to July.
Heard. Anyway, could have been a lie.
I don't. What the heck?
Well,
I don't want to wait longer.
It might have just been a rumor because we had heard last year that it was going to be this summer. And
that
then
is
we
true.
heard March. That could have just been a rumor. So it could have always been this summer. I'm just not. They released the official Stranger Things Season 3 poster today. We got 11 rocking overalls and hair.
Longer hair. She had hair Season 2, but it was just short.
And our nerd characters are wearing the most atrocious shorts I've ever seen. I'm looking at the poster right now. What else we got coming out this year?
Also later this year, I'm not sure when. We got Lego Movie 2, Lego Movie Part 2.
Lego Movie 2.
Also, How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Haven't even seen the second one yet. I don't know how.
Yeah, you do. You need to see the second one. The second one's so good. The third one looks awesome. Just like the first two. I never watched the TV series. My husband did. He seemed to enjoy it. Although I don't think it got all of the original voice actors. I'm not entirely sure on that. But yeah, we got those coming out, which is gonna be awesome. Also, I guess the movie Glass is coming out.
Glass. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for Glass. It is amazing. We saw Unbreakable. Spoiler alert. We saw Unbreakable a few years ago. Didn't think much of it.
Yeah. Also, just another plug. This will not entirely be spoiler free. So
yes, and we apologize if we do it accidentally. We saw Unbreakable, and then I saw Split on Halloween. I'd heard about it because this is actually an M. Night Shyamalan kind of connected cinematic universe, almost MCU style, that no one saw coming. Honestly, it was amazing how it was done. Split, amazing movie, pretty much literally carried by James McAvoy, who does an amazing job, and I can't wait for Glass to see him back.
That'll be interesting.
Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson. It's gonna be amazing.
Also in March, we have the Dumbo remake.
I'm not gonna go see that.
Yeah,
It's Tim Burton.
Well, we never really watched. We never saw Dumbo as
honestly,
kids.
I can't say I've actually ever seen Dumbo.
Yeah, shocker. There are some Disney kids movies that we haven't seen. Dumbo was one of them. So I don't really know.
Just one we never saw.
Yeah, And
I don't really want to go see. I'm not a big Tim Burton guy. I'm sorry. Great for you if you are. He's just not my kind of director.
Also, in April, we have Shazam.
Shazam, oh my gosh, the only DC film I'm excited for right now.
Zachary freaking Levi.
Except for Wonder Woman 2. I'm excited for Wonder Woman 84.
Yes, Wonder Woman 2. Is that this year? Or
technically Wonder Woman 84. Yes, it is.
That is this year. Okay, yeah, it's the second Wonder Woman. Heck yes!
Yes.
But yeah, Shazam comes out in April, which that looks so hilarious.
Funny. It looks really funny. We watched Chuck. Big Zachary Levi fans.
Chuck's amazing. Zachary Levi's awesome.
If you don't know who he is what's his name? Flynn Rider.
Oh yeah, Flynn Rider.
Tangled, one of the greatest Disney movies. I'm gonna say that a lot probably. It's just one of the greatest of whatever this may be. He plays Fandral in Thor 2 and Ragnarok, but in Ragnarok for about 5 seconds.
Yeah, if that.
Spoiler alert.
Well, you didn't exactly say what happened. It was just 5 seconds.
Pretty easy to figure out what happens to him. But yeah, He's hilarious. He's great. He's just funny. And so we're really looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah. Also, in May, we have Detective Pikachu. Not quite sure.
I don't know about that one. I'm not a big Pokemon fan. Surprise, surprise, I'm not a big Pokemon. I've never really played, never really watched. It's just not something I ever sunk my teeth into.
The only thing I know about Pokemon is just either stuff my husband's told me, or the only time I've played with Pokemon is in Super Smash Brothers. Yeah, Smash Brothers, awesome game.
One of the greatest games.
I'm just more curious about Detective Pikachu, but that may be like dollar theater for me.
I had no clue when I saw I saw the trailer, and when Ryan Reynolds spoke, I had absolutely no clue what the heck I was watching.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about this one. We have the Aladdin remake coming up.
Aladdin, Will Smith is Genie. I'm very curious to see how that turns out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I know some people aren't for multiple reasons. I'm looking forward to it. I think Will Smith will be an awesome Genie. I don't know about you.
I think so, and I've heard from what people are saying it's going to be a very different Genie than Robin Williams' Genie, and I think rightly so, because you can't just. I don't want Will Smith doing a Robin Williams impression. It should be just Will Smith's Genie.
You can't remake Robin Williams' Genie.
You can't. It's like remaking Mrs. Doubtfire without him. You just can't do it.
Oh, hello, dear.
Also, in my opinion, I think a very underrated movie, Mrs. Doubtfire. Very funny.
Oh gosh,
one
Mrs.
of those
Doubtfire.
great, almost feel-good Robin Williams films.
Yes. Yeah, Ms. Doubtfire. Love it. But yes, I think Aladdin's going to be awesome.
Do we have any other
Looking
Disney?
forward to that.
Do we have any other more of Disney's midlife crisis coming out this year? Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4, I'm very kind of skeptical because we don't, in my opinion, we don't need it.
I know, I thought they left it off on a good note on Toy Story 3, but I've also heard from, what's his name?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Yes, very
I want to say
emotional.
Tim Allen, but I'm like, no, that's not it. Yeah, Tom Hanks, who voices Woody.
Wrong actor.
Yeah, who voices Woody. He said that he got insanely emotional recording Toy Story 4. That he actually he had to look.
Turn away.
He had to turn away when they were looking at some of the footage.
I don't like the sound of it at all. I mean, I'm gonna go see it. It's Toy Story. Toy Story's always been great. Yeah, and it's just, I don't know if we need it. I mean, we'll see. Maybe it'll be an amazing movie that'll blow the rest of Toy Story out of the water.
And we'll just go, okay, I'm glad we got this.
No,
but
we're not going to be glad. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to cry. We are going to hate it because it's
grown
so
adults
emotional.
crying at a Toy Story movie, but hey, you know what?
A lot of manful tears.
I cried at Toy Story 3. I was going to say that.
Toy Story 3 was very emotional. Yes.
I actually went back upstairs to my room and hugged my toys for like about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Also, Dark Phoenix coming out
X-Men Dark
in
Phoenix.
June.
Not as excited for that one, to be perfectly honest, because
X-Men's getting kind of old, in my opinion.
Yeah, the original X-Men are kind of boring. Days of Future Past was insanely good, especially compared to every other X-Men movie. However, again, James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender are amazing. Honestly, they are just great actors in general, and playing young Xavier and Magneto are honestly just...
They are on point, especially Michael Fassbender.
And the fact that they both are just about best friends in real life, almost as much as Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart are.
They're not quite on their level, but they're up there.
But the fact that they are up there and almost have the same relationship makes it even better because... And honestly, I think, in my opinion, from what little I actually know about comic books, I'm not a big comic book person, from what little I actually know, Xavier and Magneto have that frenemy relationship, and you see it throughout the movies, that this kind of back and forth, we're friends, but we disagree, is actually one of the most dynamic, kind of relationships we get of hero versus villain in comic books. And I think Stewart, McKellen, and Fassbender and McAvoy do that very well with their portrayals, and it's just great.
That'll probably be something else we'll talk about on the podcast. We'll talk about actors and actresses that we really like. Maybe not some we don't like, but maybe not so much on that level just because there are some we could voice very strong
I don't
opinions.
like ranting. I rant, but
yeah, we can rant.
I don't like doing it.
Yeah, so we'll probably talk more about ones that we do like and maybe some of the works that we like of theirs and maybe just them in general, stuff that we've seen. In June, we have the new Men in Black, the Men in Black International. Basically, Thor Ragnarok Part 2 almost.
It's the Revengers reunion. Chris
Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson.
Chris Hemsworth, Tessa Thompson, Thor and
Valkyrie,
respectively.
And Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson is probably the bad guy, let's not lie. He's probably the bad guy.
I'm hoping not, but...
By the way, if you haven't seen this, also very funny videos. Look up, I think it was Stephen Colbert did it. or Stephen Colbert. Liam Neeson tryouts as as Cupid and Santa Claus. Look those up. They are hilarious because it's pretty much it's Liam Neeson doing the best Liam Neeson impression he can do.
We'll include YouTube links in the description.
Okay, are we allowed to do that?
Probably.
Either way, very very funny video. It's just I just thought they were very funny. We discovered them over Christmas break, actually.
Yeah. I don't know what this is. I'm just saying it because it's a Dwayne Johnson movie, and Dwayne Johnson is awesome. Hobbs and Shaw.
Dwayne Johnson has 1,000 movies coming out a year, and they're all almost the same.
And he pretty much wears the same outfit every time.
Same shirt.
White T-shirt, maybe a vest.
The funny thing is, without as many Dwayne Johnson movies as come out a year, there's always one really standout, at least one really standout movie. And I think, well, I guess it wasn't last year's. It's technically over a year ago now. It was Jumanji.
Jumanji.
Or was it over a year?
It's
close to a year.
Close to probably about a year, I'd imagine.
Jumanji, amazing movie. I was skeptical because, again, Robin Williams. I thought they were remaking Jumanji. Turns out it's more of a sequel to Jumanji.
Yeah, I remember telling him about it in an email while he was on his mission, and he was like, "Really?"
But
I'm
of
like,
course,
no, dude, it looks funny.
Of course, that's more Jack Black's movie than Dwayne Johnson's
Oh my
movie.
gosh, Jack Black in that movie was fantastic.
Never breaks character. Greatest thing.
Also, Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart really should do like more movies together because
It's like all they do is make movies together.
I'd say, as far as I know, they've only had a couple, but they really should do more.
They've had plenty.
They are so freaking funny together.
Well, you have one of the muscliest men in the universe. Then you have Kevin Hart,
Probably one of the shortest black men
which
on the
is
planet.
like if you took the top 1.5 feet off of Chris Tucker, you get Kevin Hart.
Yeah, can I just say, I want a movie with Kevin Hart, Chris Tucker, and probably, oh shoot, what's his name?
Can't help you.
Oh, Chris Rock.
Oh, Chris Rock.
These three guys with really kind of high-pitched, squeaky...
Is Chris Tucker even acting anymore? I don't know if he's been anything recently.
I did hear that they're coming out with another Rush Hour.
Oh.
I don't know if that's this year, or like maybe 2020, but I did hear, I think pretty officially that they're doing that. If I'm wrong, let me know. I'm not entirely sure if that's just rumor.
I suppose I should have mentioned this in what's coming out this year. Episode 9.
Oh yes, episode 9 of Star Wars.
Star Wars Episode 9, codenamed Trixie, Trixie. The only reason why that is the name is because it has IX in it, which is the Roman numeral for 9. The end.
I really want to know what they're calling it.
The end of the Skywalker saga. We are probably safe to assume.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. Probably half the world is not, but frankly, we don't give a
not
crap.
half the world. Half the fandom, maybe.
Half the fandom, yeah. Frankly, we don't give a crap. We like it.
As long as I keep getting Star Wars, honestly, that's what I love the most. I'm also a big game person. I actually don't know what games really are coming out this year with big titles. I know there's a Halo game in development, but I've never really played Halo. I actually don't know what's coming out this year in terms of games.
I'm not as much of a gamer either.
I believe there's an Avengers game after Insomniac's Spider-Man, which is an amazing game. I have it. It's so much fun. Honestly, just a really great story. I mean, the story, the cinematics, the motion capture performances are just great. So I'm hopefully, this new Avengers game, even though it's made by Square Enix, will be a very good game.
Yeah.
What else we got coming out in the way of movies?
Let's see. In August, there's Artemis Fowl, directed by Kenneth Branagh.
Kenneth Branagh? Branagh's doing that one?
Apparently. Starring Judi Dench and Josh Gad.
Dame Judi Dench.
Good grief, they're just going back to Murder on the Orient Express.
Fun fact, Dame Judi Dench plays Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, what the heck is that about?
And the man who introduced her to it? Vin Diesel.
Yep.
If you didn't know that, there's an entire list of celebrities. We play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, we do. We are Dungeons and Dragons players.
Well, I actually just kind of got into it.
I got into it earlier, well, I can't say this year because it's now a new year. A little while back, probably beginning-ish of 2018, I started playing because my husband had been playing for a while.
Yeah. And the fun thing, you can look up, of course there's lists on the internet of celebrities who play Dungeons and Dragons. Some of them make sense. Patton Oswalt, one of the biggest geeks of all time, he of course would play it. But people like Vin Diesel, Dame Judi Dench, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, maybe you could kind of see that happening.
I can kind of see that.
But there's plenty of them out there, and it's almost ridiculous. Some of the people, you're like, really? Wow, that guy?
We'll probably also have a Dungeons and Dragons episode where we There's a lot of things we can talk about. We can talk about characters that we've played.
We just have an episode I guess, a playthrough of a campaign last night.
That's actually how we ended 2018. Was we played Dungeons and Dragons with some friends. Heck yeah. And also on that note, we both are fans of the Dungeons and Dragons show Critical Role.
Yes, I just got started on Critical Role.
Yeah, like literally, he's only on like what episode?
Episode 2.
You're still on episode 2.
I was watching earlier, and then the power came back on. We had a power outage, and it cut me off from God of War. Playing the new God of War, also an amazing game. It cut me off. It just cut my power right out. So I kept watching up Critical Role. But.
Yeah. Once again, my husband watched it. I got curious and started watching it. It's actually part of kind of what got me into Dungeons and Dragons. I freaking love it. Just got Austin into it because we and also another friend of his were watching it, and he's kind of like, I don't know what this is about.
He's been telling me about it, showing me stuff, and it's funny. And so I'm like, why not? And plus, voice actors, I have immense respect for voice actors in general.
Especially the ones that play Critical Role. Holy crap.
I mean, if you look at the diversity of voice actors and how much they play, and if you know these characters, like, they're the same guy, it's amazing. I could go on about voice actors. Voice actors like D. Bradley Baker. D. Bradley Baker voices, the clones in Star Wars The Clone Wars and in Star Wars Rebels. Captain Rex. One of the greatest characters of all time. I am going to stop. Maybe I should just keep saying that. Put that on a t-shirt.
I'm just going to stop. But yeah, Critical Role is awesome. We'll probably have an episode where we'll talk about maybe a little bit of Critical Role. It's hard to say because I'm way farther ahead on it than Austin is.
Yeah, she's immensely farther. I'm only on episode 2 of the first campaign, and there's like over 100 of them.
Yeah.
And they're 3 to 4 hours.
They're like 3 to 4 hours long. So
if you want to get started, make sure you have plenty of free time, or at least a way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. They have 2 campaigns.
But it's literally voice actors playing Dungeons and Dragons, so it's like they're not always in character, but they like do voices. And the DM, Matt Mercer, also an amazing voice actor, he's doing voices for all the NPCs, and he does noises for the creatures. That was Tasmanian Devil, right? For the creatures.
He just channeled Taz here. Yeah,
it's a great show.
Yeah, they have 2 campaigns. I'm currently watching campaign 1. I know bits of campaign 2 if there's any Critical Role fans. But anyway, that's another thing. Let's see, some other things coming out later this year. I'm not a fan of this, but I'll just say in case there are. It, Chapter 2.
It's Chapter 2.
I refuse to watch that because I'm scared I hate clowns.
We are not horror movie fans, and we are not clown fans. So
yeah, those 2 in a mix, heck no.
Okay, also on the subject of clowns, I don't know when it's coming out, but I know they're filming a Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, and honestly, I don't know I'm probably not going to see it. Personally, DC has fallen out of my good graces in recent years. And his Joker looks more like a demented Ronald McDonald than a Joker. To be perfectly honest, that's just me.
No, really the only good Joker, at least in my opinion, was Heath Ledger. That guy was downright insane.
Don't exclude Mark Hamill.
Well, I'm just talking about in live action.
Have you seen any other Joker live action?
I saw...
Because you never saw Suicide Squad, and you probably never saw the original Batman.
Yes, I never cared for Suicide Squad. Who played the original?
Jack Nicholson.
I saw bits of his.
The name's Joker.
But yeah, Mark Hamill also... Awesome Joker.
Awesome voice actor also.
Yeah, awesome voice actor.
And for those of you... I tell this to people all the time, and it always gets them. Mark Hamill is Fire Lord Ozai.
In Avatar: The Last Airbender.
If you know
the animated series.
I get so many people who had no idea and flip their lids when they hear that Mark Hamill
Well, that was me. I didn't know that for the longest time either.
Because people know he's the Joker. A lot of people know he was the Joker. I didn't believe it. I played Arkham City, Batman Arkham City, also a very fun game. No idea that Mark Hamill was the Joker. And then I saw a behind-the-scenes thing, and it was Luke Skywalker, granted older and a little heavier set, but it was Luke Skywalker doing this voice. Ooh, Batsy. And I was like, oh my goodness.
What is happening?
No clue. It's like I have no clue. It's a thing.
Also, this one is kind of more for me. I'm excited about this, but in September we have the Downton Abbey movie.
They're getting a movie?
Yeah, they're making a movie.
I had no idea.
I love Downton Abbey. That was one of those shows where I kind of saw people were watching it. It was on Netflix for a while, but then by the time I decided to watch it, they took it down. But I watched it, and at first it was just going to be something for me to watch just while my husband was, doing homework and stuff. he ended up watching it with me anyway, and I really, really liked it. So good. Some parts just rip your heart out. Some of them just make you cry, tears of joy. So good. So I'm excited for the Downton Abbey movie. I know there's a few other people I know that are excited for that. Also, we have the Angry Birds movie 2, I guess.
Didn't really care much for
Yeah,
that.
never really saw the first one. But I mean, hey, like I said, if you're a fan of Angry Birds, there's that coming out. The Joker movie Austin mentioned, that's coming out in October. Yep, October 4th, 2019 is what it says right here. I don't know if that's changed at all, but I guess there's also the Addams Family movie coming out. It has Oscar Isaac, Charlize Theron, Chloe Grace Moretz, Finn Wolfhard. He's in there.
Wolfhard, he's still working.
Stranger Things boy.
I am very scared for the kids of Stranger Things. Okay, as child actors, they will either never work again, or they will keep working but go absolutely ballistic, go crazy.
I certainly hope not.
And I think the one most in danger to do that is Millie Bobby Brown. 11, for those of you who are fans of the show. I think Dustin will probably keep working and probably
I'd
be
like
fine.
if he keeps working.
Probably
He's
be fine,
adorable.
'cause he's hilarious. He's honestly really funny.
I don't know his name, but the... Okay, now I'm totally blanking on it. I don't know why. Who's the kid that got abducted? Or not abducted?
Will Byers.
Oh yeah, Will. Duh. The kid who plays Will. Holy crap! After season 2, that boy.
He needs a break.
Well, yeah. For one, he needs a break, but he can act, and he did so much in season 2. Where I just go, oh my gosh, you are working yourself to death.
You never know what you're getting with child actors.
Yeah, that's true.
The good thing is these kids are old enough that they can at least know how to act. Like, because you get some kids. It's like, oh gosh, get off the screen. Like Jake Lloyd.
Sorry, Jake Lloyd, young Anakin Skywalker.
Not a fan of his act. I'm not a fan of Anakin Skywalker, except for Matt Lanter. I wish we could have him as Anakin Skywalker instead of Hayden Christensen. Yeah. But again, I can talk about that right now.
Let's see. Also, I guess there's another Terminator movie coming up. Do we really need another Terminator?
We've had a lot of Terminators, and they've just not been that good. I saw Genesis. Actually, I not saw Genesis. I saw Salvation, which I when I was younger. We could add that to our list of movies that we thought was good. It's actually not that.
Oh
good.
Yeah, Terminator Salvation.
One with Christian Bale.
Christian Bale and
Sam Worthington.
Who
was also in
and Anton Yelchin.
Yeah, Sam Worthington, who was once in everything and now is in nothing.
Pretty much.
He's in Clash of the Titans. He's in Avatar, which we hate, by the way. We will just say this. We are not fans of Avatar, okay?
The blue people Avatar, just for
We're
clarification.
We're not fans of the last Airbender movie either.
Yeah, the live action movie, heck no. Don't get us started on that. The cartoon series, great.
Really good series. Which I've actually never finished. But
oh yeah, you do need to finish that. Yeah, we have the series if you want to borrow.
I know you have the series. But yeah, Sam Worthington, he was in everything. In Clash of the Titans, he was in Avatar, he was in that, Terminator Salvation, and then he just like vanished.
Yeah, he disappeared.
And James Cameron keeps claiming that he's making more Avatar movies. He hasn't made a movie since Avatar. We're not big James Cameron fans in general either. We've seen Avatar, we've seen Titanic, not big fans of either of those.
Yeah. Well, we'll get more on that probably later. I know there's some people I know that are fans of this. Kingsman 3.
Kingsman. Those are rated R.
Yeah, haven't seen those. We're not big rated R movie people. But yeah, Kingsman 3, I guess Sonic the Hedgehog coming out with a movie. Has James Marsden in it. Not sure about that. Cyclops in X-Men. Also, Prince Edward in Enchanted.
Yes, which I also
I've been dreaming of a true love.
Which I also hear is getting a sequel.
Yes, Enchanted 2. I don't know if that's this year or later, but that is supposedly getting a sequel. Frozen 2 is also in November.
That is this year.
Yep, honestly, that's this year.
I was big fan because I Let It Go is an amazing song, but it is not the greatest Disney film ever.
It's one of those I still don't quite get why it has so much hype still.
Tangled is more deserving of a sequel.
Yeah, why haven't we gotten a Tangled 2 yet? Tangled
it got a cartoon show.
Yeah,
but
I'm not fond of the animation, but that's just me.
I don't know how well that's doing. We stopped watching Disney Channel years ago.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Tangled, I think. Oh, yeah, Frozen has its sequel coming out. I don't know, maybe wait till Dollar Theater, maybe even Redbox, at least for that one for me. I mean, I liked Frozen, but kind of the same thing. I'm like, I don't quite understand the hype it got. I mean, Let It Go is a great song and all.
Very good song.
And then I guess Jumanji 2. Jumanji's getting a sequel.
I don't know how, but I'm excited.
Hey, they're bringing back all the same people,
I know,
I don't care.
I doubt they'll be playing the same characters, though.
Who knows? Yeah, Dwayne Johnson, Karen Gillan, Jack Black, Kevin Hart, all coming back.
All of them, all 4 of them.
That's in December of this
Jonas,
year.
though.
Oh yeah, they didn't mention Nick Jonas. Which, can I just say, he just recently got married, and that's like all I'm seeing in the news right now, which is fine. I like Nick Jonas, but every once in a while I'm like, okay, we get it, he's married, this is a big deal. Which also, his brother Joe Jonas is, I don't know if they're married yet, but I know they're engaged to Sophie Turner, who was Jean Grey in the newest X-Men movies.
Yeah. So Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix, Game of Thrones, if you're Game of Thrones people. So that's interesting. Anyway, moving on from that. Yes, we have episode 9, like Austin mentioned. Also, Wicked is getting a movie. Finally!
That's right. Let's all please let it be good. Please
I'm really, really hoping.
Please be good.
I'm just gonna say this right now. Wicked is an amazing, amazing musical. That's probably like my top one that I've seen. My top favorite. Really close second is the Lion King musical.
Yes, we just saw the Lion King.
We saw that
Broadway.
back in November. Holy crap! I cannot even put into words how amazing it was. I was nearly in tears just after Circle of Life.
If you've never seen the Lion King stage play, it is pretty much the movie. However, the spectacle comes from the fact that these are people either just with these really kind of neat costumes. Well, not kind of neat. That seems pretty insensitive.
Not kind of neat.
These
Are you
awesome
kidding?
Costumes, or this puppetry that they do that is just incredible.
It's awesome.
And I don't think there's a single animatronic. I think they're just all puppets.
No, the only animatronics is the sets.
Yeah,
the sets
well, that's
move.
not an animatronic. That's just the sets.
Well, yeah.
But like all the animals are people in costumes or with puppets. Like even the giraffes are people on stilts. That looks very dangerous.
Holy crap! I got nervous watching the giraffes. I'm like, please don't let one of these guys on stilts fall over.
Maybe it's great because you get the music. I mean, it's the music everyone loves from the Lion King, and plus you get to see it live action, which is fun.
They pretty much have all the same music. There's a couple new ones.
There's a couple extra scenes, yeah, at least one extra song.
There's about 2. One of them was in a deleted scene from the original animated movie.
Another one is from the second movie.
Yes, they have He Lives in You in it. Oh, that's like my favorite one from Lion King too. One of the new ones that I liked, oh gosh, what's it called? I'm now blanking. Oh yeah, it's called Shadowlands. Nala sings it before she leaves the Pride Lands. Holy Hannah,
really
that song gave me really chills.
Because it was based off of, I don't know if it was actually deleted from the movie or not, but that's actually the theme, like the chorus, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Is from the movie. I recognize the theme from the movie.
Yeah, the melody of the song is from the some of the original score from the movie.
Pretty much whenever Nala's on screen.
Yeah. But oh my gosh, that song gave me chills. I wish I knew the name of the lady that sang it, but she was fantastic.
It was a very incredible cast.
Yeah, so if ever the Lion King stage play, the musical, is ever like in your town,
We recommend.
Go see it.
Yes, and so Wicked, I really hope that's good.
Yeah, I'm holding out for Wicked.
That's the problem with adapting something people love. You really run the risk. I mean, we saw that with Justice League in 2016, or 2017, excuse me. We saw that with the Justice League, but I mean, it's like, because Wicked, it could be amazing, but it could also be crap.
I just wish that they could get the original Elphaba and Glinda to do it.
Old now.
I know, because they're like kind of young ladies, maybe in their 20s. It never really says,
yeah,
but they're younger.
Like 40-some now.
Hey, the woman can still sing though.
I also hear she's kind of full of herself, but that's.
I don't really know much about her to say. Kristen Chenoweth though, she's awesome.
She's still singing.
I know. It'd be really cool if they could get the original Elphaba and Glinda could do it, but yeah.
We saw it. We also saw it off Broadway. Not Kristen Chenoweth or Idina Menzel. But
Sadly, no.
But the women who did it were also very incredibly good.
See, that was
if you're
one.
If you're a fan of the Bechdel test, that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, that play passes it.
Yeah, see, that was one. I went and saw it with my mom, and we saw it with 2 of our grandmas, and also.
And we went back. Saw it next year.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw it first time they came, and it was just us ladies, and we were just kind of like, I really think it'd be cool if, like, Dad and Austin, huh?
Shelly came with you, too. Because we babysat Jack.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Dad and I had to babysit Jack.
Yeah, so we thought, oh, maybe Dad and Austin might like this, because sometimes with musicals, they kind of vary. We're like, come on, you guys have got to see Wicked. And then right after it was done, we're walking out, Austin's like, can we go back and see it again?
I will very much go back and see it again.
Which, it is actually coming back to our hometown later this year, which, ooh, I really want to see it again.
I'd probably rather go see that than see the movie. Unless the movie is incredible.
I'm hoping so.
I hope so, but I'm also not going to hold out too much hope. Because again,
we'll see.
I've thought... As fans, I imagine if you're listening to this, you're probably nerds like us. You've probably read books that you really wish they'd make into movies, but then the second you think, maybe not. One of those, Fablehaven. Big fan of Fablehaven. Mm-hmm. If you've not read it, great fantasy novels. Would make amazing movies if done right. And that's pretty much most books, I think, if done right. Mm-hmm. Big Percy Jackson fan myself. Despise the movies for everything they stand for.
Our cousin just recently discovered that.
He's 9.
Yeah, he's 9. Read Percy Jackson, wanted to watch the movie.
Hated the movie.
Yeah, our mom tried to warn him it's not going to be like the book. He was kind of like, okay.
He watched it and he hated it.
All through the movie going, that's not in the book. So he recently discovered...
Reality is often disappointing. But yeah, honestly, we'll talk about book adaptations for a second. One of the greatest, I think, most accurate book adaptations, the Hunger Games franchise.
Hunger Games is almost like right on the dot. There's a couple small things I remember they left out, but
things that didn't really matter as much. Like a couple characters I remember.
Very minor characters.
Yeah. And then Lord of the Rings, in my opinion, is still one of the greatest adaptations. Of course, people complain about Bombadil for some reason, but...
we're one of those, we don't quite understand why people complain about why Tom Bombadil wasn't in the movie. But
I have read the books.
Yes, we've read the books. We'll probably talk more about that actually in our next episode, as we're going to be discussing Lord of the Rings in general.
Don't know when it's coming out. Amazon is making a Lord of the Rings
television show. Amazon TV show.
Don't know when that's coming out, or what the heck's going to go on with it, but as details come out, we will make sure you are informed.
It's one of those I'm kind of looking forward to, but at the same time...
Please do it right.
Yeah, I'm just like, do it right, and because it's not Peter Jackson, I'm like slightly skeptical, but...
Peter Jackson hasn't been doing well lately. I mean, I heard Mortal Instruments was not that great.
You mean Mortal Engines?
Mortal Engines, excuse me.
Mortal Instruments is a totally different story.
Mortal Engines, yes, you're right. I heard it was not that great. I heard it was great visually, but in terms of story...
I've heard some people liked it, some people didn't. I hear mixed things on that one. But yeah, next episode will be all Lord of the Rings, so we'll talk about more about that. But yeah, we think Lord of the Rings was a good book-to-movie adaptation.
Amazing book-to-movie adaptation.
One, I don't remember if you remember it much, but one that I remember was really good was also The Outsiders. I read that book in middle school.
I remember The Outsiders.
Okay, so you do remember. Read that book in middle school. Well, I know you read it. I just don't remember if you remember much of the movie. Yeah, read the book in middle school, saw the movie.
That's a classic.
Oh, yeah. I love that book. So yeah, I thought was really good. I'm trying to think. There's probably other ones out there that we can always save for another episode. Yeah, we'll probably have one about book to movie adaptations that were good, some not so good. Yeah, there are some that are disappointing.
Ow, my foot.
Austin's getting ankle cramps or something over here.
Toe cramps. My toes pop and it hurts.
Yeah. Oh, and simply just because the background on my laptop is this right now, but can I just also say that the movie that came out back in August, Christopher Robin, was excellent in my opinion.
It is a very cute little film.
It's super cute. We grew up watching Winnie the Pooh when we were little. I absolutely adore Winnie the Pooh. I am 24 years old and I still love it. Absolutely. I'm not afraid to say it. And that's actually how I spent my birthday, was we all went and saw Christopher Robin. We went and
saw Christopher Robin.
And I felt like a little girl again. Because it was just wonderful. I was, more than anything, I was just happy that they got a couple of the original voices back. Pretty much, well, the only original voice was just Jim Cummings.
They got one. And he's technically not the original voice.
Well, yeah, okay.
Jim Cummings, who also voices...
That is true.
Hondo Ohnaka.
Yeah, no.
And Tigger.
Yes. Yeah, Jim Cummings, I just remembered, actually isn't the original, but he has been Winnie the Pooh and Tigger for, I don't even know how long. That man, I swear, is in, like, every other cartoon movie in existence.
Well, he and, like, what's his name? something Bloom. Jeff Bloom? No. Not Orlando Bloom. Before you ask.
I know it's not Orlando Bloom.
Either way, he's one of those other voice actors that he's done everything. Right?
If you know who he's talking about, comment.
Stephen
Let
Bloom.
us know.
Stephen Bloom.
Oh, Stephen Bloom?
I think, yeah. He does. He's like in everything. It's very true. Look, Winnie the Pooh right there.
Well, yeah, that's part of why I brought it up.
Oh, okay.
Because I saw it, I'm like, oh yeah, there's Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. Also, Ewan McGregor, giant goofball.
I love that man. He's great as Obi-Wan.
I mean,
I loved him as Christopher Robin.
I mean, he's just a big goofball in real life too. I mean, it's just really good. I have this is a spoiler alert, just a little story about Ewan McGregor, just real quick. Spoiler alert for Solo, a Star Wars story, if you have not seen it. And I highly recommend that movie because it's a really fun movie. It's also a fun side of the Star Wars franchise we've never seen before, really. There is a character reveal at the end of it. Spoiler alert, and I really do say this as a spoiler alert.
Yeah, if you have not seen Solo, like, cut it, like, right now.
Yeah, skip forward about a minute and a half. Darth Maul is at the end of it. Pops up, for those of you who did not know he was still alive, he pops up at the end of it. And is actually done. The performance was done by Sam Witwer. He does the voice of Maul from the Clone Wars and Rebels. He did the voice work for the movie.
Sam Witwer is awesome.
So when I heard it, I knew exactly who it was.
It took me a couple seconds.
And I freaked out because I was so happy to see him. And also the man who, in the costume is, oh crap, what's his name? I can't remember his name.
Ray Park?
Ray Park, thank you so much. Ray Park from the Phantom Menace, in the prosthetics.
Yeah,
the
makeup, original Maul.
And he's the original Maul. And the funny thing, he told a story interviewing with StarWars.com that he and Ewan McGregor went to the premiere together. And of course he knew he was in it, but Ewan McGregor didn't know he was in it. So they went to the Solo premiere, and as they're watching it, he sees Maul appear, and Ewan McGregor just starts like shaking him and like pointing. He's like, "That's you!" and just like freaking out.
Did he know that Ray Park was in it, or no?
No, he didn't know he was in it. Ray Park knew he was in it.
Well, I know Ray Park knew.
Ewan McGregor had no clue that he was in it, and so he just starts freaking out. He's like, "Oh my gosh,
what are you doing in this movie?"
He's like, "That's you!" And he starts freaking out, and he's just a giant goofball.
Well, and wasn't it? Who was it that said that they weren't going to do Maul unless the other one did it?
It was probably both of them. Maybe it was probably Sam Witwer. I don't know how much Ray Park knows about Sam Witwer as Darth Maul, but I imagine
they've worked together, like for Clone Wars, like kind of getting the character right.
Didn't they? I don't remember.
That's what I heard.
Maybe. Might have been both of them.
Yeah, I think one of them had said it probably was.
It's probably Witwer.
Yeah, I think Sam Witwer had said when he was approached to do Maul, he's like, I only want to do it if Ray Park was also there, like to either play Maul or I don't know how they worked out. But yeah, they're like, he is Maul. I gotta do it with him. Which I think, hey, that's kind of cool. That Maul is literally a two-person character now.
We always have been, actually.
Well, yeah, because the voice of Maul wasn't even Ray Park in Phantom Menace.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Which I found really interesting. I wonder what was wrong with Ray Park's voice. If he doesn't sound menacing enough. No pun intended, just saying.
Yeah, Phantom Menace.
Ha ha.
Jokes.
Yes, lots of jokes.
We have them.
But yeah, I think that is really cool. As far as I can think or tell, there aren't really any other movies worth noting coming up in this year, but we'll have plenty to talk about as the year goes on. We'll do probably movie reviews every once in a while. When we actually go and see the movies, we don't always make it to every midnight premiere, or anything like that of every movie. Some we'll probably go to, others we'll just see them when we see them. I know there's some movies, at least from the last couple months, we haven't seen yet. Aquaman. I personally want to see Aquaman. I don't know. Do you want to see that?
See what? Aquaman.
Aquaman?
Maybe a red box.
Yeah, I kind of want to see Aquaman. My husband already went and saw it with his family. He really liked it. Also, Wreck-It Ralph. Ralph Breaks the Internet. Kind of curious about that one. I kind of liked the first one. Other than that, I can't think of any other movies that I've been wanting to see. Oh, the new Mary Poppins. I want to see that one.
I've heard that's good.
I've heard a lot of people like it so far. Some people I hear didn't like it, but that's mostly because they're comparing it to, obviously, the original Julie Andrews version.
Which is to be expected.
I have seen some people say that this one is, well, for one, it's not a remake, it's a continuation, of the story.
Mary Poppins Return.
Well, then, the kids from the first movie are now grown-ups with kids of their own.
Dick Van Dyke's still in it, though.
Yeah, Dick Van Dyke's in it. But also I heard someone also say that this one is actually closer to the Mary Poppins books, which I didn't even know Mary Poppins was actually a book.
I'm sure I heard that at one point.
Yeah, so I think this one is closer to the books, and I think the author might have been involved. I'm not entirely sure on that.
But from what I've seen, Emily Blunt does an amazing Julie Andrews.
Oh yeah, like
We're
even
big
just from
Julie
what
Andrews fans in this house, by the way.
Yes, love Julie Andrews. She's super amazing. I loved her in Sound of Music. I dream of playing Maria one day. That's probably not gonna happen, but we'll see.
You never told me this.
Oh, I thought I had told you that.
Yes.
But yes, she's awesome. And just from what I saw in the trailer, I thought Emily Blunt sounded awesome as Mary
just
Poppins.
like her.
Yeah. Other than that,
yeah, I mean, I really don't have anything else to top of my head. This is just an introductory episode. This ended up actually going longer than I thought it was going to go.
yeah,
We're drawing close to an hour here, actually past an hour. But we are looking forward to this. Hopefully we'll get a lot of these out, and we'll have a lot of fun. I really would like this to spread as much as possible, because we just like to connect with people. And again, I will try not to rant, and I ask you to do the same. Just so we can
same here. I can go on rants myself.
Keep it just nice and calm and friendly. We don't like a lot of I don't like negativity. It's just ugh. But so let's just keep it. We'll try to keep it civil here. Let's make a deal there.
Well, and really, Austin and I over the, geez, I don't even know how many years, we have had lengthy conversations about so many different things, whether it's nerdy things or just sometimes whatever the heck we want to talk about. We have lengthy conversations, so we kind of just
should be easy.
Yeah, it'll be easy for us. It'd be fun to share our thoughts. Just with people that probably either agree with us or would share like minds like us.
Mm-hmm. And if you disagree, we also will respect that. Honestly, I mean,
as long as we keep things civil.
As long as we all be respectful of each other. Honestly, if you don't like The Last Jedi, that's fine with me. If you like it, also fine. If you like Avatar, that's fine. And we will try not to be all up in your face about the things that we don't like or maybe just don't appreciate. But we're looking forward to this. And we're going to sign this out here.
Yep.
This has been your local Forcecast. May the Force be with you.